Message me in uh the chat if you wanted to do the next trial together.
Sounds good.
I'm a mutant deaf myself.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We gotta fix people. Help people out. Here we go. If Tuliala falls, to the enemy will happen to us, to our homes, our farms, everything we worked so hard to build, lives and communities in the history, all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Val Waklamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really, the Dawn servants have a plan already. They've lost so much, yet they're prepared to carry on. Standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go to hear what they intend to say. Can't believe we were attacked. For mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done if they come to harm. I understand Val Waklamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. Does not need to be persuaded. Mm. It's not safe here anymore. Could try to leave Terral, but where else is there to go? Please, I can't stay here. I fear nowhere in Terral is beyond the enemy's reach. What is the land to cross the salt? Even if I ran, I'd never regret it in the end. I love Terral. This is my home. I know the Dawn servants would give their lives to defend her. I gotta eat, bro. Gotta eat. don't have time. I need to repair this cart. Hollow devils. Yes, they could. You could call them hollow devils. Which is 5. I don't know if I can count on them. Damn, bro. Gonna strike back at the enemy. Let me finish this bread. Okay. Good. I am good. Alright. Cut a ram. Few questions, more like a blatant broadside of them. Took me back to me time with Golliff. Golliff it did. Scully and Scholars, I swear. Stola. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Keterob. He's been waiting. He's been patiently answering my few questions. Did you not see Alice on your way here? Seems Cryle and Aaronville have yet to return. Still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Thank you again for spreading word of our address. I fear those who needed assurance most would not have been present otherwise. Here we go. Looks like you brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alice had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. My apologies for involving you all into Raleigh affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tyrol, searching the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zerul Jah and his army pose a threat not only to Tyrol, but the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Thanks to a little encouragement from Tycho. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. They did.
ラマチ、大丈夫かい？
ああ、大丈夫だ。すべて受け止める覚悟はできてるさ。悲しみも怒りも全部。
僕はこの国の利用であり、君の兄だ。ラマチだけに世話せはしない。
すでに知ってるやつも多いと思うが、先代の蓮王であり私の親父であるグルージャジャが先の襲撃で命を落とした。襲撃を率いる頭目に決闘を挑んだ親父は正々堂々と戦い、一度は勝利を手にしたはずだった。敵は不可思議な術を使って蘇ると驚くべき力で親父の命を奪ったんだ。私はそれを見ていることしかできなかった。決闘を申し入れた親父の誇りを傷つけるわけにはいかなかったんだ。みんなの中にも愛する者を傷つけられたり殺されたりした者もいると思う。この場を借りて謝らせてくれ。武王として守ってやれなくてすまなかった。 そしてもう一つ、みんなに詫びなきゃならないことがある。襲撃を主導したのが私の兄ゾラージャであったことだ。
ゾラージャ様が。俺も見てた。
奴らはヤースラに荒野を占拠したらしく、今やあの地は巨大な輝くドームによって閉ざされてる。家族や親しい知人がいる者は気が気じゃねえだろ。私は武王としてこれ以上奴らの好きにはさせねえ。親父が築いた平和を命を懸けて守ってみせる。
守れるのか。見たこともない不気味な機械を使う連中が今もまだ空の上から俺たちを見下ろしているんだぞ。
その通りだ。ただ待ってるだけじゃみんなを守ることはできねえ。だから向こうが攻め入ってくる前に今度はこちらから乗り込んでいってゾラージャを撃つ。
武王が留守の間、王都の防衛は利王である僕が担います。もう二度と皆さんに指一本触れさせはしません。
親父の意志を受け継いだ2つの頭がみんなの笑顔を必ず取り戻してみせる。だから信じて待っててくれ。
武王が自ら武器を掲げて攻め入り、利王が守りを固めるって言うなら俺様は異論ないぜ。だがただ黙って見てるだけじゃねえぞ。この国を守るためなら俺様だって戦うぜ。
おいらも戦うよ。
さあこれで2人、いや2つか。そんなことはどうでもいい。お前らはどうすんだ。ただ黙って連王に守ってもらってるだけか。
しかりしかり、我らも共に抗おう。同じ大地に生きる皆が一つになってこそトライオラ連王国なのだ。
そうだよな。俺たちだってこの国が大好きなんだ。
俺は戦うぞ、トライオラのために。
よっしゃー、俺もやるぜ。
私たちはこの国の一人なんだから。みんなありがとよ。
敵は一度こちらに手の内を明かしています。あの空に浮かぶ脅威を打ち払う策も必ずや見つけ出してみせましょう。この国を愛する皆さん、そして凸国の友人たちと手を取り合うことができれば二度目の敗北はありえません。奴らにトライオラの力を見せつけてやりましょう。
改めて知ったよ。私この国とみんなのことが大好きだ。 不安かもしれねえけど、今は至福の時。どうか変わらぬ日常を送ってもらいたい。そうして力を、食料を、資材を備え蓄えることが、私らの国を揺るぎないものとするはずだ。だがその時が来たら、みんなの力を貸してくれ。トライオラは決して屈しない。必ずこの国に平和を取り戻し、みんなで笑おう。
Whilst a rousing speech was it not, let us do our part to ensure that the Dawn servants can fulfill their promise to the people. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I had won over, so I decided to keep at it. People of Tyrol have come together for this fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. It's inspiring to see such diverse peoples rally as one. She did well. Listening to Wakleman and Koana, I was reminded of my time in the first. While the Exarch was no queen, it was no king. I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds they answered me. The people of Tyrol too will rise to occasion. This I can tell. Before today, peace is restored to Tyrol. There is so much I wish to see. Hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I for one would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone's ready. I will inform Waklemat that there you are. Lamati. We're just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope. It's all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then, let's get going. We leave for Zak'T'Ral Skygate. We have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Erenville's knapsack. The dome appears to lie well beyond Shalawani. A good thing we have Erenville to guide us. Yasulani isn't exactly a short distance from Shalawani. If the train isn't operating, we need to consider other means of travel. Koana and Ketaram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right with that dome. But as Amasi says, stay vigilant. Everyone's here, good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zoral Ja and secure peace for Tulialo. We'll be passing through Shalawani, where there will have been reports of enemy movement. So stay sharp. Okay, straight up cutscene. The Landsguard told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force like the vessels in Tuliala. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Shalawani Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. I know a few locals who can help. It's divided into two groups. Aaronville and Alize and Tycho will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you go home and go inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished, let us reconvene at Shalawani Station. Okay. I can start with Husutawi. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. If you do, the Sheriff, Kamaka, should be able to tell us a few things. Region has its own peacekeeping force. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Everything seems in order at a glance. As you two, and I'll be Val Waklamat as well. You're Sheriff of the Dust Watch, yes? What's the situation here? The enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared. They've just been floating there, holding position. That said, we've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on the springs yet. Apparently mechanical soldiers are seen in the vicinity. If this is true, then the people there are in danger. The rest of you could head to the springs. We'll pay a visit to it. All clear this way. Mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. We should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. You're the one who helped us the other day. Investigating, and they've confirmed that Nitowike is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. Okay. So those who are riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembark. What a mess. Ooh, Hand of Mechanical Soldier. Yato. You came. As you can see, we're doing all right. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame we never had a chance to ask his name. Oh, it's Estinian. Okay. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yasulani. We haven't heard it from anyone there. I hope Namika is okay. Heard about the spearmen as well. It couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me. Zakoa. Oh shit. Zakoa and Estinian. Talk about how I saved the town travels fast. It's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Ulu Jaja is slain. I'm afraid so. Zoro Ja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume? I see. From your contingent, you won't lack for strength. In which case I will remain in Shalawani and keep an eye on things. That helps us all more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kawana. Kawana? Brother? Wait a second, you're the vow of resolve? I am, and you're Zakoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely, if more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shalawani, after all. Taiko can attest to that. It's true. He won, bro. Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shalawani in your capable hands. Switch the... Oh. There we go. It's a lot less orange. Yeah, glad to hear it. We leave Shalawani in your capable hands. Get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there and don't do anything reckless. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Yeah, win. That's what I do naturally. Right then, it's time we headed to the station and joined the others. all here? We heard from Waklamat that Stinian was here, with him to watch over them. The people of Shalawani have not to fear. Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders? Safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. Seems the people of Shalawani are safe with relief. Seems those soldiers only appeared in the springs. Could they be after the Cerulean? Thanks to Estinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shalawani. The Hesaro were safe as well. At the very least, there were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then, how are we supposed to get inside? If Zorojah and his army emerged from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we have an inkling where one is. What Shenza, tell us. Tell us, train gang? Train gang? These are the engineers of Zaktaral Railing, who operate the train between Shalawani and Yasulani. When we were out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that I saw a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it is outside? That seems to be the case, yes. If we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area is heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yasulani? Waklamat's nurse maiden was among them, a woman named Namika.
What? She said what?
I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here were accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yasulani. But when that big tremor struck, not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits right at the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I'd say we smash our way inside. Just by how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Zorojah wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tulialo. By charging in head-on, I make my intention plain as day, and in doing so, he keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defense in a single decisive blow, and we have that. A train! Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor and load her with all the fuel she'll carry and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece, and now you're going to turn it into a bomb? The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's the lesser of two evils, dog. a sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside the dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief, listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining. But what if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Yeah, we have one conductor. She has to drive with us. Needless to say, it'll be a one-way trip, and we need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You all right with that? There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. Bruh, I did not know they were married. We'll keep your wife safe. I'll hold you to it. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. It would be a lie to say the loss of a train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, it's all I really need in the end. At least it's going down. It'll go down as the legendary train that saved Taral. That it will, but first we got work to do, so she'll look the part. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. Seems to have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tulialo and inform Kawana of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. Dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. There's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. We have our plan. Now let's finish this train and blast our way. Nautica's safe. The ships seem content. The ships seem content to remain waiting in the sky. So let us take our opportunity to we can prepare. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt. Everyone, even only just having met them, I see how important the train is to Waklika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. 96, bro. Level 96. While I have no objections to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Sorrel Jah will not strike Tulialo in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tulialo, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tulialo in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Sorrel Jah, at least until Tulialo has shored up his defenses. Right. We'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us, during which time Kawana will find a way to fortify Tulialo. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Time's of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Have you met your fair share of craftsmen? We do happen to know a few who are willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the ship safe, or the train safe from enemy attacks. Even with you all aboard to fend it off, it'll be over in an instant if they manage to get just one good hit on the cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I'll have in mind to install grounding rods. Do you happen to know a carpenter who can handle that? We can ask. What evil? Master Carpenter from Arcana. If they're willing, we'd be glad to have them. No objections from me. Just be sure not to forget their traditional greeting. They'll need more than just a carpenter. Heavy equipment. I don't know if anyone's up to the task. Zermerwer. Zermerwer will be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than Yakhui. I'm sure he'll be willing to help. If you're friends with Yakhui, I'll be damned. Will not want for strength with help like that. It's an outfit with powerful weaponry of its own. Soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We need countermeasures to deal with them. It's true, I for one can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Borrow guns from Kawana for everyone. Guns. So it'll be something that's more precise, but weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Crystarium employed etheric cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why the design can't be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their designs. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fontaine can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to aether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-respected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals. Might be as the miners over in Springs can help with that. Then I could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands. I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Secure us. Okay. In the meantime, can you deal with the materials? Shinza is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him first. I think we're set for a plan. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. What else do we need? Sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? Etheric cannon. Interesting. We have an idea. I have an idea where we can get the conductive material. Take care of it. That's you. Great. You're friends with Iate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone gets crystals, you're after her. Around these parts. The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what's with that about? What was that about? Crystals. Cerule. You can find them in the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut. Show you where to find some to hunt. Okay. Quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. I think it's due to the ceruleum, but no one can say for sure. It's not often you see the bigger, dominating sort, and that's what you need. Threat. That's another dropped leader. I kill shit? Okay. Our crystals are really faint, aren't they? I heard that Ledger planned to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders, and though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of your... So welcome back to the station. Taking care of the crystals, have you? Everything's proceeding at pace. Shenzo told me the crystals, you got the crystals for him. Good work. I just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it, I'm idle for a moment, and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Aaronville. We'll be there. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. I'd so much like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. The reorg begins with extra hands arrive. Okay. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack in Tulialo, I've been wondering if there was aught I can do to help. When I heard about the upcoming operation from Val Kawana, I leaped at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it all safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gooferler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends. Yes, let's get to it. How many days have passed, bro? Alright, everyone. That'll do it. You've done your part. Leave it to us and finish mounting the armor and cannons, and we'll have yourselves in hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whatever you need help, give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. Hear, hear. We love Taral, and we love you, Baklamat. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain, this I promise. Coffee. Okay. I'm back. Thanks again for all your help. It wouldn't have been finished so quickly without you. Go rest up, my friend. It won't be long before the train is ready. Despite his fatigue, there is an indomitable air of satisfaction about Waklika. From here on out, we won't stop working until the train is ready. If you have any preparations, now would be a good time to see them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Alright. I'm assuming several cutscenes will play out. Okay, well, hold on. I want to do these 3 missions. I kind of want to do these 3 missions before proceeding. Almost burned my lips for a second though. Aren't you the one who's stirring a fuss in the town not long ago? I live in visit my grandson. Large sum of money. Such you realize it's not. Okay, sure. To lift up, so thank you. Big help. new face in town. What can I do for you? Thinks I'm in trouble, does he? There he goes, jumps to conclusions again, as usual. I thought it would be less of a hassle if I didn't tell him. Truth is, I've been helping other folk in town with their money troubles. In fact, the man you saw leaving a moment ago is one of my clients. I should explain from the beginning. Go ahead. My work involves loaning Gil to folks having trouble with coin for one reason or another. There's a reason I don't lend them Pell, but I'll get to that in a moment. My family's lived here long before there was ever a town here, but then people moved in and they started expanding. Before long, Kamaka's family approached us about selling our land. It was around the time when trade overseas was gaining popularity. I had it on good authority that Gil was on its way to becoming common currency here in the wilds, so I decided to sell the land for Gil and use those funds to start my business. Sure enough, everything went as expected and the business is starting to do well. It's not without its trouble, seeing as money is involved, but I'd never lend to any unsavory types. He's a loan shark. Why not simply explain all this to your grandfather? The whole point of me keeping quiet was so I wouldn't make him worry. Seems my silence only made things worse. He found himself in a real tight corner once. Gil is what got him there, and now he wants nothing to do with the stuff. When I told him about my idea to sell the land, the moment Gil came out of my mouth, his whole mood turned sour. He said he put everything in my name, and whatever happens after that is on me. That's not exactly easy to bring up my work when it involves the one thing he hates more than anything else, but maybe it's time I change that. This job does more than put food on the table. I'm able to help people, help this town, but how can I get him to see that? I've got it. You're gonna come and watch me work. Grandpa won't hear anything I have to say if it involves Gil, but he might come around to a first-hand account from you. So come and see what good my work for Husutawi, and how good I helped, and how I help the people here. He did send you here to help me, didn't he? I promised to make it worth your while. Okay. Right then, before we start, I'd probably know who it is I'm working with. Tycho. First job to see a farmer, or a miner. Let him Gil so he can keep it on his feet, okay? As I returned what he's owed, and he hasn't said a word. He comes to the town when he's not working, and his shift ends soon. Okay. Here for the money. I was gonna pay, honest. I just mixed up the dates is all. Can't we settle this later? I'm busy. I know you're lying, Wakaze, and you're not going anywhere until you look me in the eye and tell me why you're late paying me. So I was hiding something, and I'm not looking to start trouble. I don't suppose there's anything you do. Maybe flex so much. Seriously. Frudex. Bruh, Frudex. You gets, look at those arms and those obscenely ripped neck muscles. Fine. Just put all that away. Dead. That's funny. It's all here, and with interest. If you had the money, why go through all the trouble of avoiding me? When I was still on the mend, my lady friend took really good care of me, see? I wanted to buy her something fancy to thank her, and well... I understand, I really do, but if you really want to make her happy, you need to get your life together, man. I'm willing to give you a loan one last time, but we're going to have a long talk about how you manage your savings first. You're right, what good am I to her if I'm out on the streets without a gill or even pal to my name? I'll give it some thought and we'll talk later. Can't blame him for wanting to show his appreciation to a loved one, but there's no excuse to get carried away with his spending. What do you think of my job? The money I loaned to him paid for his treatment and supported him through his recovery. That has to count for something, right? I'm still not convinced. Seems more like a happy accident to me. Well, there's always our next client. Yeah, might as well. Let's go, but let's get back to it. Next client I had in mind may be something of a hassle. He ran off in the middle of the street, middle of the night, and I haven't seen hide or hair of him since. Luckily for us, he may have an acquaintance of mine. I heard from an acquaintance of mine that someone fitting his description is lurking around Dr. Rawl Skygate. Okay. Youthful head sorrow. I'm sorry, the name doesn't ring a bell. That said, I think I saw a young head sorrow head over to the other side of the trailhead. Poor boy looked upset about something. This is not the man you're looking for. Right there. Right here. Startled head sorrow. Who are you? Yep. But what do you want with me? You found him. Good work. What are you doing here? Looking for you. Word around town is you were in a hurry to leave Yak Taral, but I'm afraid I can't have you leave just yet. You may not look it, but he's quite the popular minstrel. Or at least he was. It's been what feels like an age since he last wrote a song. And you can only make so much singing the same old tune day in, day out. Zemsh came to me for help, and I gladly offered him a loan. It should have been enough to help him get by until inspiration struck. But it hasn't, and with no money to pay you back, I panicked. What if I sold my instruments? Those instruments are your livelihood. I can never ask you to do such a thing. Give me your hand. But I've yet to return what I already owe. What you need is to meet new people, see new places, experience more of the world than just Hutsutawi. A minstrel's inspiration doesn't come from thin air, right? You're not wrong. All I could think about was how my songs weren't good enough anymore. How everyone was disappointed in me. My heart was so full of fear and anxiety. I guess there was no room for music. So take that money and go to Yak Taral. And for the next month, I want you to travel, see everything there is to see, find your muse, and bring back the Zemsh we all know and love. Thanks. I won't let this gil go to waste, I swear. He runs the fuck away. actually loaning to people who run off like that? What do you expect me to do? I'm not a monster. Besides, I see this as more of an investment for the future. We're off to see a young dancer by the name of Tamizi. She's pretty famous with fans all across Shalawani. It was a shame when she had to quit on account of being so sick. I mentioned she was expensive, but I footed the bill. She reached out to me not long ago with good news that she's not only fully recovered, she's looking to dance again. Okay. I can't imagine. What the? Okay. Palmeezy. Dancer. It's good to see you. Oh, and you brought a friend. Well, let me get right to the point. I want you to help promote my upcoming show, and I want you to do it with dancing. Bruh. Dancing? You can't be serious. Far more exciting alternative than standing idly by passing around flyers, surely. All the proceeds go towards repaying my debt to you with interest. So the more people there are in attendance, the sooner you'll be repaid in full. Your friend here, he's not from Tyrol. I have no doubt he'll notice a step or two that will draw the eyes of passerbys. What do you say? Okay. Fancy footwork. Oh, a comeback show, really. No time for drinking. A dancer. I heard she retired after falling ill, but you say she's back and planning to perform. Let's go, boys. And girl. You tired, bro? So she's drawn quite a crowd, even after all this time. Her fans adore her. I may have gotten a little carried away with my dancing, but people seem to enjoy it, which hopefully means more people are attending the show. being as we have time before the end of our show, we might as well get it. It might be a good time to tell you more about how I started this business. I said my grandpa found himself in a tight corner once because of Gil. That was a long time ago before selling our land, before I was even born. Even when Husatawi was little more than a sparse collection of shops, it still saw its fair share of tradesmen passing through. My father and grandpa made their living catching and selling game to them for Pell. Then one day, when trying to sell more game, a merchant told them that Gil might soon become the currency of choice in Shalawani, and that they'd be better off exchanging all their Pell for Gil while there's still time. Unable to see through the lies, they played into the scheme, trading away all their hard-earned Pell at horrible rates. With only a paltry sum of Gil left to their names, they were at a loss. Then they met a woman who would eventually be my mother. She was gratefully moved by their plight, and so she lent them the money she had been saving to start a new life in Tulialo. You can't put a price on such an act of selflessness, which is why when they learned what the savings were for, they opened their home to her until they could repay their debt. The three began a new life together. Years passed, and by the time the debt had been repaid, my parents had already fallen in love. It's a story my mother told me often as a child before bed, before they passed away. If not for my mother's kindness, I wouldn't be here, and all I've ever wanted was to follow in her footsteps. That's why I sold our land and started my business. I think your grandfather will understand if you told him. That's assuming he'll stop to listen. That's where you come in. I imagine it won't be longer before Tomizi is finished. Seems to be a while longer, so you have to wait here for me. Besides, isn't it time for you to speak to my grandfather? Sure, I saw him in the saloon. You're back. Tell me, traveler, what sort of trouble is it you up to? Dealing in loans and swindling people out of their Pell, I'm sure. God's I thought we raised him better than that. He just wants to carry on his parents' legacy. Two of the gentlest souls I've ever known, and you say he means to follow in their footsteps. You said he's over at the dance hall. I've made up my mind. I need to see what's become of my son with my own eyes. It'll be fine if I observe from a distance, of course. These old bones don't move as fast as they used to. The show was a huge success thanks to No Spartan. Here, as promised. This is far more than what we agreed on. I can't accept this. Don't be silly. I only wish that I had more to offer. I could never have hoped to afford that medicine from Tuyalo, and I had made my peace with the consequences of that, grim as though that may sound, but you wouldn't hear it. You loaned me the money I needed for treatment, and here I am, taking the stage again, a dream come true in every sense of the word. You give me a second chance at life, and for that I am forever grateful. I think I've seen enough. Grandpa, what are you doing here? I wish to see what an upstanding individual my grandson's become, and thanks to you two, my heart is at ease. I carried so much resentment for those moneylenders. I assumed the worst when I heard about your job. I was blinded to the good you could do and the people you could help, like your mother who helped me, and your father once upon a time. You reached out a hand to those who find themselves at the brink of ruin, and with the greatest of care, you pull them back. I suppose I do, but I'm sorry I didn't talk to you sooner. I was convinced you'd be cross with me and didn't know how to broach the topic without upsetting you. Always so considerate. This town could stand to see a little more of that. I'd like to hear more about your job, if that's alright, and after you finish work for the day, of course. Our business here is finished, so don't let me keep you. Go and put the extra gil I gave you to good use at the saloon. You're determined to see me keep it, aren't you? So I suppose Grandpa and I have a lot of catching up to do. You go ahead to the saloon. I need to speak with Tycho just for a moment. Thanks for your help again. I was more than a little shocked to see you here with Grandpa, but I'm glad we were able to talk. I owe you a great debt, and I'll do my damnedest to try to repay it someday. Priest. That quest line's done. Fate hunts. A small favor. Okay. Give a candle? I can do that. What the f... She hella far. Triceratops. It's a cave. Oh, they don't aggro. This is a mining spot? Oh, Aether Current. Here you go, fish oil candle. You're here, maybe you can stand before the flames and offer a few words to our departed loved ones. pays you no further mind, no further heed. Yep, she's never was one to do things the easy way, you know, as much to stick to the traditions as she is. She actually works for the railroad company. I'd say me and that daughter of mine have taken up enough of your time. Cool. So you know that walk was bullshit. She knew that walk was bullshit. Wasampe. Hey, traveler, you came up to the yellow trail. Well, okay. No sign. Seems I have no problem. My friend, it's a friend of mine. She set out for Tulialo not long back, but like, her Ronique returned with fully empty carts. Okay, something's wrong. Carrying the cargo of ceruleum. You know the way ahead. Got work to do. Damn you! Oh, shit, here we go. Kayamine. Alright, what's wrong? You okay? Finally. You don't know how good it is to see a friendly face. He sent you? He must have... He's going to dock my pay, isn't he? Or at least the Ronique and wagon make it back. The good thing it all happened after I dropped off the ceruleum, too. Don't want to think how much the company would charge me if I lost the road. I didn't tell you about the beast, did I? I was out on the trailhead and it sprang out of nowhere. My Ronique bolted. Managed to hold on this far, but I eventually lost my grip and took a dirt bath. Okay. A horrible blue blobby thing. That one? That? 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 Just like that. Oh gosh, it's the beast. It's found me. Bruh, really? What? It was a lot more aggressive by the trailhead, I swear. Why isn't it attacking? Bruh, I guess it took one look at you and lost its appetite. I lived my whole life and never seen that blue blob before, but others have. I heard about them from my fellow tappers, like cerulean with skin, they said. Started showing their ugly face a few years back. They reported to forums, but they weren't interested the way they considered it. As long as we got our limbs attached, the blobs aren't a threat. But they damn well better change their mind about them now. If it's not enough that one of their best employees could have been killed, they could have lost a wagon load of cerulean. Come back to the office with me. Okay. Right now, I'm not taking another wagon out until the company tell me exactly what they're going to do to protect our precious employees from those blobs. The quest line. Here's the plan. We go to the foreman. We go, okay. Okay. Shit. Traveler, thanks for finding him. So you and her had something you want to talk to me about? On my way back. I was set upon by a thrice damned demon. A thrice damned demon. Said Tycho saw this blue blob too. He did, and he's not the only one. Plenty of other tappers I've seen them too, prowling around the wells and the wagons. Some even some of the engineers servicing the rigs. You see the connection, don't you? They're nosing around anything and anyone that smells like ceruleum. Maybe they're attracted to it. Maybe that's why they're attracted to me. Maybe if they are and they're aggressive like you say, then they're a threat. So there's something about all that doesn't hold water. I heard these things too, the blue blobs. Even made a map of them. And what you found? Most of the sightings have been around Shalwani Station, not a single one of them near the Maw of Sashina. You know the Maw, right? The pits of ceruleum near the rigs, the ones that are always catching light. It's the sunlight that sets them off, you know. They burn themselves out occasionally, but the next clear day that comes around, they're all aflame again. What I'm saying is the whole place stinks of ceruleum, so how come there's not a sighting there? Maybe even with all the wagons taking the trail straight through it. And how come the one that followed you took off as soon as it drew near? Maybe something about that maw that wards them away. That's what I was thinking. I thought it might be the fire, but they don't seem to mind it around the rigs. There's gotta be something else. I want you to look into this. Go back to the Maw and see if you can figure out what was keeping them away. You grew up around these parts, right? Perhaps the folk in your old stomping grounds might know something we don't, and be more inclined to share it with one of their own than with an outsider. I'll handle all your porting duties until you get back. You know what the overseer's like. Keeps his purse strings tight, unless you can prove things are really attracted to ceruleum, and the attack on you wasn't just a freak coincidence. He's never going to stump up the guild to guard every convoy. Understood. I'll get you all the proof you need, I promise. Would you mind going with her? Don't worry, I'm not your boss. I can spare you an escort fee. The blobs might not like the Maw very much, but they seem to take a liking to her. Take care out there. Come on then, back to the Maw. go. This one. You know, I think this is the closest I've ever been to one of these pits. My grandma always told me never to go near the maw. She said if I burned myself to a crisp, I'd only have myself to blame. But duty calls. I have to look inside the pit. You take the one across the way. Okay. The maw. Cerulean-rich water. Crystal, you say, at the bottom of the pool. I found one too. Stubbed my toe at the wretched thing. Guess my Grammy was right. Jumping in the maw is dangerous. I thought it was just a rock. Don't think I've ever seen a stone as white as this before. Not around these parts anyway. It's during that 2 of them. Sounds as if they put here deliberately. You don't think these crystals might be what's keeping the blue blobs away, do you? It's like these stones are the only clue we got going on. Okay. One of the village elders. Okay. Select fighter. I'm sure you've seen her not long since. One of the village kids was playing around the fields and she didn't take too kindly to it. Chased him up to the street here, saying, damaging the crops. Breathless boy. Sorry, my ears still ringing from the chewing out Grammy gave me. You're looking for her. She's had to call one of the ladies in the village. Kindly lady. You're looking for a net. She went to my sister. She was with a child. Had made a charm for safe birth. This bitch is everywhere. Can't stop fucking moving. Neshtezi. Who are you and what do you want? You found her. Excellent work. Friend of Kayamine's, are you? And I see she's got you running errands for her as usual. What do you want? Make it quick. I got places to be. I want to ask you about these stones. We found them in the maw and thought you might know something about them. Here. Fool of a girl. It's one of the warding stones that keeps the beast from coming back, and you picked it out and brought it here? Are you reckless or just plain stupid? I don't mean anything about it, I just wanted to know what it is. Then shut your mouth and open your ears while I tell you the tale of the blue beast. Talk was it stalked these lands, a beast of burning blue flame that would rise up from the maw on a moonless night to wreak fiery death across all Shalawani. Only when its thirst for destruction finally satiated, would it fade to nothing. But its evil spirit lived on, welling up from the underworld and taking the shape of its minions, the devil's droplets. They would throw themselves into the fiery pits to summon up their master once more. Our ancestors knew that whenever those thrice damned things appeared, it was only a matter of time before the blue beast rose again, until a young miner from the village made a discovery that would change our life forever. He found a strange pale ore in the canyon and seemed to drive the droplets away, a stone in each pit, and that was the last we ever saw of the beast. I thought it was the last we ever would see of it, but you decided to go and get your stupid head to go paddling about in a pool of hellfire and run away with the only thing that was keeping us safe. You go and put the stones back where you found them in this instant, and I'll think about sparing you the lash. God, it's my poor heart. If they were so important, she could have told me about them before. Better late than never, I suppose. After hearing that, are you thinking what I'm thinking? The devil's droplets and the blue blobs are the same. They have to be, and the stones we found must be the same ones the miners threw in the pit to keep them away. We only started seeing blue blobs a few years back, right around when the cerulean drilling business took off. Maybe that's what summoned them from underground, the sound of drills stirring their master from his slumber. They need to throw themselves in burning cerulean to summon the master, but with the stones keeping them away from the maw, they're searching for it elsewhere. That's why we've seen them around the wells and the plants. They're following the smell of ceruleum, as we thought, and as soon as they find a blue flame, like the fire stacks on the top of the rigs, or the tools of the engineers servicing the processing plant, they'll summon up their evil master once more. We need to get these stones back to the pits and fast. First things first, we need to get these crystals back. Always told me I'd be stupid to go anywhere near it, and she was right. We found being attacked by 3 of those things, but they ran off as soon as I arrived. Must be the stone in my pocket. They're getting bolder. We need to do away with them before they can hurt anyone else. There they are. was done with the delivery, so I thought I'd take a look around them all myself, see if I could find what was keeping the blobs away. Turns out the answer was nothing. You fought them off as best I could, but there was 3 against 1. Your only reason they attacked you was because of us, because of me. So that's how it'd be. Old stones and old magic. The stones were the only thing keeping them from the pits, I'm sorry. You weren't to know, but now we do. The question is, what are we going to do about it? We know the blobs are attracted by burning ceruleum, and we know they're dangerous. But we also know that they won't go anywhere near the kind of stones you and Tycho put in the pits. That, to me, adds up to a plan, provided we can get our hands on more of them. The stones were mined from the canyon. If there are any more, that we dig them out and place them around town as a barrier to the blobs. Alright, you head to the canyon and see what you got. Luck be too with you. Next stop, the canyon. If you can find a seam for this stuff, we can finally keep our people safe. Speaking of, I hope you don't mind coming with me again. I'm a tapper, not a fighter, and there's a lot of open desert from here and there. Again? Oh my god. Stones are a lot paler. Good shout. Keep all our operations safe. We needed a lot more stones. The overseer's not willing to pay for a few guards. I doubt he'll give us Gil to open up a whole new dig site. If it's Gil you need, I know someone who might be able to lend it to you. You do? Friends in high places. Anyone know? Said Tekwa. It's a money lender. I know him only by reputation, but what a reputation it is. Okay. Collaboration quest. Oh, what the fuck? There's a site. Climb up here, go up here, then go this way. Look out. Here we go. The Tekwa. You refer a mine. So if I understand the situation correctly, Yamine here needs to mine fossilized bones, space bones, but her manager is too tight to foot the bill. Let's go and have a little talk with your overseer. What more is there to hear about Tycho vouches for you? That's good enough for me. Okay. Just in time. Alright. Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. I'm Tazenza, the man in charge of Cereum operations. About the beasts have been prowling around the plants. Okay. You're sure these legends really do ward the blue blobs away? How do we know this old legend you're basing everything isn't just idle talk? They do, sir, I'm sure of it. 3 of the things had me cornered until Kiyumi showed up holding one of the stones. They were afraid and not of her. It's no doubt in my mind that if we were to mine more of this stuff and scatter it around the ceruleum works, just like our ancestors did with the Maw, we can keep the whole operation safe. If there's any operation left to keep safe, we're already in deep with the banks for the new rigs and the plant refit until production ramps up. Where am I going to find the guild? And that's where I come in. That's where I believe I come in. I'm sorry, you're the Tikwa, moneylender by trade, working out. Your colleague here tells me of the difficulties they've been having with the blue blobs. While they only sighted at the springs thus far, I'm of firm belief they could soon pose a threat to all Shalawani. After all, if these creatures are attracted to the scent of burning ceruleum, it isn't only your wells that are in danger. The station, too, will soon find itself under attack. Indeed, I confirm with one of my clients who works for the railroad that creatures fitting the description I gave him will have been sighted along the tracks, so you see that I have a personal stake in this. I would be more than willing to lend you whatever funds you need to put your colleagues' plan into action, and on terms that don't interfere with the daily running of your company, naturally. Lest you forget, 2 of your workers have already been attacked. If ensuring the survival of your company is your primary concern, as I agree it must be, I urge you to act now. Please, sir, I don't want to lose my life or my job. He has no choice, bro. How much do I pay you? It clearly isn't anywhere near enough. I asked you to drive your wagon for us, and you come up with a plan to save the whole damn wilds. Offer accepted. Let us get those bones out of the ground and keep our people safe. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. You're off portering duties. I'm putting you in charge of this whole project. If you won't mind stepping inside the office a moment, we can discuss the terms of the loan. This is where we part. Farewell, for now, my friend. This may go some way to repaying the debt I owe you, but I still consider myself to be in well arrears. If there's anything else I can do for you, you know where to find me. I should probably join them, but before I do, I want to thank you again. If it weren't for you, none of this could have happened. There are still a lot of dangers out there in the wilds, but bit by bit, we're overcoming the obstacles they throw before us. You know, the little help from folks like you, I know that one day we'll make this place, a place where people can not just survive, but thrive. And off she goes. And that's it. Let us continue then. The actual plot. I'm kind of hungry. Not really hungry, but just enough to I actually want to eat. Oh shit, did it freeze? No, it didn't. Yo, Harold. What you want to eat?
Probably something quick.
Something quick? Like. Or maybe Jersey Mike's.
I'm trying to think of which one would sound better. Probably Jersey Mike's, to be honest. Probably feels fresher to eat than eating Cane's, to be honest.
Yeah. Alright, we can let's start getting ready to head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.